after I released my last video, where I made some pretty bold statements about Catholic theology, especially around Mary, a friend of mine, who is a devout Catholic, slid into my DMs and called me out. Now at face value, his message could have been taken the wrong way. I could have got defensive, I could have shrugged it off and kept moving, but instead, I dug deeper than I ever have across multiple sources, and more importantly, right into official church teaching and statements from popes throughout history. Here's what I came down to.
I was wrong.
Today I want to own that. So what do I mean by that? And what part did I get so wrong that I want to backpedal on myself? Well, all of that and more coming right up right here on JSM More Than Music. Stay tuned. Welcome back to JSM More Than Music. My name is Josh Snyder, and if you want to be a part of something that is growing not only in independent music, but in faith, culture, music, and the arts, click that subscribe button, follow the journey, and come alongside us right here on Josh Snyder Music. I will say, stick around to the end because I have some clarifying things I'd like to address. First off, I'd like to own this misstep. In my original video, I claimed that the Catholic Church had dogmatized the idea that Mary is a co-redeemer. Again, age-old Catholic doctrine, changing in real time. Someone who helps redeem human souls, like alongside Christ. This was based on years of hearing Catholics speak this way, reading older Catholic writings with strong language about Mary. But the technical official doctrine of the Catholic Church does not say Mary redeems us or that she is equal to Jesus. And so I need to step back from this claim. Here's what the Catholic Church clarified in this recent statement. The Vatican's new statement under Pope Leo XIV explicitly rejects the idea of Mary having the title co-redemptrix. It says the title is inappropriate because it can confuse people about Christ's soul redeeming. Mary's suffering does not add to the cross. Mary does not have a part in our redemption directly. They emphasize Mary cooperates with God's plan. Mary intercedes for believers. Mary does not redeem, Mary is not equal to Jesus, and Mary's suffering does not add to the cross. And again, I would disagree on the intercession part, but we'll come back to that. It also rejects the title of mediatrix of all graces. Goes on to say that we need to use titles like this cautiously because it can cause confusion. The Catholic Church never dogmatized Mary as co-redeemer, and I appreciate the Catholic Church coming to make that distinction crystal clear. But why does the confusion exist? Here's where things get messy, and where many of us, myself included, have gotten confused. Because while the official church doctrine doesn't quite elevate Mary to redemptive status, countless Catholics talk like she does fulfill that role, and historically this confusion hasn't come from nowhere. Pope John Paul II used similar language multiple times over and often elevating Mary higher than what they officially stated. Some Catholics sincerely but inaccurately speak as though Mary has been spiritually crucified with Christ or even bore the sins of humanity in some parallel way. Parallel that with statues, feast days, prayers to Mary, and an emotional, strong devotion to Mary, and it is no wonder why so many Christians believed that Catholics taught that Mary had an active role in our redemption. But after coming back to official Vatican documents, magisterial teaching, and popes, what they've actually had to say, it's clear that they don't officially teach this. Now, getting clarity doesn't erase theological disagreements. There are still areas where I hold different convictions. For example, the Immaculate Conception of Mary, praying to saints, Mary and statue and veneration practices, and the concept that Mary mediating grace, and doctrines that lean more on tradition rather than clear teaching of Scripture. These are discrepancies, and I won't pretend otherwise, but discrepancies doesn't have to mean that we cannot come back and correct things that we're wrong in. One thing that God is teaching me lately is this. Courage isn't just about speaking boldly. Courage is being teachable. And my goal with this channel isn't to win arguments necessarily, it's to pursue truth. And sometimes that means I gotta acknowledge that I missed the mark. And so thank you for your grace, for challenging me, and for helping me create a community where growth is part of the journey. My challenge to you is simple. Be willing to admit when you're wrong, be willing to learn, and let our pursuit of truth lead us into deeper love for Jesus and a deeper humility before others. If this kind of honest, faith-centered dialogue matters to you, hit that subscribe button below. Share this video and stay tuned for more as we are on this journey together and we are just getting started. Thanks again for joining me. I'm Josh Snyder. We'll see you next time.